What's really good, bozos, bullies, babies, and brothers? Welcome to the first episode of the Broadcast Boys Show. You see the new studio. We are now officially on Spotify, Apple, and we have a brand new YouTube channel.
All right, today we got a scintillating, show-stopping guest, the bald king of new media. He pumped it up as a high-flying rookie in New Jersey, thrilling the most depressing crowds in the country on a nightly basis. A member of the worst collection of Olympic talent ever assembled, we salute your service. An Arizonan, an American icon, not quite an all-star, but way more than a role player. Sometimes. It's Richard, the Rizzard Jefferson!
Yes,
Cue the applause track. Cue the applause track. That was outstanding. Oh, everyone's going to want to come on this podcast just for that intro.
You got to get a little intro. Got to give
Gotta
flowers while also giving no flowers at all.
The hell are you guys wearing?
Listen, we had to travel to the depths of Atlantis to get these jerseys.
Those aren't even real, bro.
Authentic.
Those aren't even real.
You see the Nike swoosh?
Yeah, you guys had them made. Those aren't even authentic. Guys, I can spot a fraud anywhere.
What's funny is these came from the same exact person. So someone on eBay is hoarding Richard Jefferson
Yes.
jerseys. I ordered them separately and it came in the same
Absolute
package.
super fan. Rich, if you want to admit that you sent us these jerseys, it's all good.
Yo, I got a burner. I got a burner eBay account. Just hawking my jerseys. That's what it is. That's what it is. What's going on, guys? Let's go.
You are
All right.
certainly a man who deserves his flowers. We want to talk to you about your social media presence, because that's how we found you, because we didn't know who you were before your TikTok.
Obviously not.
Honest.
Obviously. Yeah, that's fair.
You had an illustrious NBA career. You're a sparkling NBA personality now. Going into your second act with social media, was that something you were focused on to build your post-career brand?
Yeah, because I hate people, right? Like I think it comes across as I'm being sarcastic. That's just like me hiding how much I dislike people. So I didn't have social media when I played. So I stayed away from it completely. And then I did some Snapchat stuff during our like championship run. I was on Snapchat and that was like my first introduction to it. But then when I retired and I started getting into broadcasting, they basically told me you need to have a social media presence.
Yeah.
So I had to join Twitter, I had to join Instagram, and then after the pandemic, I joined TikTok. And truth be told, I have a company, Content Capital, that I work with that helped me like put out the amount of stuff that I have to do. But yeah, I got on here and then started finding there was a bunch of idiots out there just like me. And so it was a very welcomed place.
Hell yeah, there's two right here.
Speaking of those idiots, those buffoons, out of sheer curiosity, how did you come across us, and do you remember what the first video you saw was?
I don't remember, but like the algorithm on TikTok, you know how crazy that shit is. So it's like all of a sudden you watch like one full video and then all of their videos started coming up. So I blocked you guys twice and then unblocked you because I saw some stuff on Instagram. I'm kidding, purely kidding. But I decided, no, I was just watching your stuff and you guys were hitting some retro shit. You guys were going in your bag about everything. And I was like, oh no, this is quality content. That's the one thing that people don't understand when they talk about TikTok. There's so much quality content on there and people that are just crushing it. And that's when I was like, yeah, this is where I need to be. And I found y'all idiots and your shit is hilarious.
We appreciate that.
We appreciate that. Well, I wanted to ask you if there was a couple of other TikTokers out there that you wanted to shout out that you think are doing their thing right now in the NBA, sports, or otherwise.
You're going to really put me on blast right now. No, like my guy Hoopology, he's done some really funny. He's committed. He's committed fully to it.
Yes.
Was it Jokic Joestar? He's hilarious. He gets after people. He does a bit where, someone says something stupid and then he'll sentence them to Rasha Nesterovich's highlights. And start playing him and you're like, that's so stupid. You've been sentenced to watch Speedy Claxton turn the ball over 3 times. And you're like, yeah. So like these people anybody that's doing something special, man. But there's like a lot of I follow a lot of, activists. I follow a lot of people that are just out there educating. And I follow a lot of people that are just out there making funny basketball content. That's all I want. And then I get tagged in a lot of fucking ball jokes.
I like Hoop because this guy is on a Tuesday night watching hours of Yao Ming highlights.
Yes.
And his shit is like really extensive and deep.
Yeah.
Like the highlights on the page are actually amazing. His narration, It's pretty good for the most part. He's funny.
100%.
Yeah, he's good. I like
Yeah,
him.
we did one with JR. We did one with
Saw
JR.
that.
I saw that one.
We did that one, and it was like, JR, I've been waiting to show you this shit. Watch this. And we were just dying. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get some more players and scoop some more highlights like that.
I got to make a JR video. I don't know if I have.
Yeah,
You have?
No,
I
I
don't think I
made 2 back in the day. I
Yeah,
made-
I got to.
I need to do JR. I need to do Gilbert, like the real city boys.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
the
yeah.
real
The
city
real
boys.
city boys of the NBA. Yeah, we know you're used to answering rather vanilla NBA questions, so we have some hard hitters for you. More gossipy, more entertainment based.
Okay.
Now, who is the lamest trash talker in the NBA? Because I'm hearing Reggie Miller every night, and I need to know, are there any others like him out there?
Wait. You think Reggie's lame?
I think his trash talk would have been very effective because it's so fucking annoying. Like, I don't think it's particularly creative. I didn't play against him, but he's probably different on TV than in the game.
Reggie almost sent us home my rookie year. Your boy here missed a couple of free throws late in a game. Reggie hits a shot. Reggie's trash talk is elite. And I don't mean like, it's just like, it's not even his trash talk from like what he's saying. It's just the way he's looking at you. Like he will look at you in your eye. He would like hit a shot and look at you as you're walking back to your timeout, and he'll just stare at your whole team as you guys are walking back to your timeout, and he'll just do like Reggie Miller's elite. The lamest trash talker, definitely Tim Duncan. Definitely Tim. but like it's
That's
lame.
not surprising at all.
It's lame in an elite way, right? An elite way. He'll talk more shit to your team than his own team than he will like the other team.
I feel like trash talk comes in like different forms though, right? They're like the geniuses who like really get into your mind, and then they're the intimidators like Big Ticket KG. I feel like he just like bully people.
Antics. Or 50 Cent is just a comedic genius.
Yeah,
not basketball.
exactly. So it comes in different forms, which is why like I didn't agree either that Reggie was a bad trash talker. There was a reason why the entire Garden hated him for a decade.
There was trash talk that invoked fear. Like Reggie Miller has the resume that at 19 years in the league, if he started running his mouth, the whole arena takes a step back.
Yeah.
Like that's something that, like, think about that. If Reggie's in the Garden, even, his older Indiana years, and somebody pushes him and Reggie's walking back to the bench and he's doing this, okay, the whole Garden would be like, fuck. What's going to happen now? Not many people have that type of energy and presence about them that you like. Same with kind of Jimmy Butler now, right? Jimmy Butler,
he scared
he'll
me.
talk shit down 5. He'll talk shit down 7. He'll look Drew Holiday in his face and say, I own you.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And his teammates are like, okay, Jimmy. All right. Whatever you say, big fella, we following you.
Yeah, and then Grant Williams got some the other day too. I think for the second
That's what I'm
time
saying.
this postseason, or maybe that might have been late in the season. Remember when he was like, I'm gonna make both, and then he missed both.
Yeah.
He invites his stuff on himself, I feel, a lot of the time.
That was a tough one for my guy. I was really, hoping for that things would turn out better for him.
Yeah, he's a good player though. I got nothing against Grant.
Very
Williams.
good player. But I'm talking about the free throw ones, all that stuff. That was tough.
It's often said in the NBA that veteran mentorship is essential to a player's development. Was there any OGs while you were coming up that were just like menaces?
I got a name for you guys. Lucius Harris.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Face Mask.
When we talk about having vets on teams, like I was the youngest guy on the team and there was tons of vets. There's now teams with no vets, and that makes no sense to me.
So when you came into the league, it's way different than it is today in terms of scouting and development and preparation. I have a really bad hot take that if Darko Milicic came into the league today, maybe he'd be okay. So is there any player that was an absolute bust that you still somewhat believe in and are shocked that they never panned out?
No, right?
I agree with you, bro. They didn't pan out. It was for a reason.
There were a lot of really talented players, and it was like I was never the best. I was not I wasn't the best player in the country coming out. I was, top 25, top 30. Then get to college, one of many guys, right? And you just have to keep fighting and battling. So yeah, there were guys along the way that I was like, the fact that I can look back and be like, you were so much better than me at 19, and then you were out of the league at 23. And I could be like, yo, you were better than me. I ain't got no issue. Like, you should have been drafted 5th and I should have been drafted 13th. And then 5 years later, you didn't figure it out, or you didn't add to your game, or you didn't keep working. There's tons of guys.
It's like Lenny Cook was rated above LeBron James. I feel like if Lenny Cook was around today, I don't know if he would have made it. he would have had way more of a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way they're treating basketball now and why college is shit is like now that you have like the G League Ignite. It's like, okay, enough of the school shit, enough of the school. You come here, you're gonna train like they do in Europe, like they do in soccer, like they do in baseball. It's like once you're here, you're gonna now be a mini professional. Like think about how much faster a person's development will happen.
Yeah.
Now there's positives and negatives to it, but that's what they do in baseball. That's what they do in soccer leagues over in Europe. Everton has 10-year-old leagues. You know, Manchester United has kids in their academies at 12 and 13. Like, come on. Basketball is headed that way, but that wasn't going on 5 years ago, let alone 20.
No, that, for sure. I agree with you on that. Which one of your teammates has played the least motivating pregame music?
Keith Bogans.
We love Keith Bogans. My man Keith Booger Bogans.
Miscellaneous king.
Keith Bogans. He would listen to like some fucking like R&B, like love music.
Charlie Wilson.
Charlie Wilson. I was just like, bro, what are you listening to? He's like, yo, this, you know, you got that deep ass voice. Yo, this is what I listen to. This, you know, it helps relax me. And I'm just like,
that's hilarious. Whatever. He was such a bully on the court too. To listen to that pregame is pretty fucking hilarious.
He was the same size at 12 as he was like his 9th year in the league. That's my guy. That's my guy.
This is a question I asked to John Moran at NBA All-Star Weekend. He said it was very disrespectful. So I'm wondering if you think it's disrespectful and if you could answer the question.
Were you nervous when he said it was disrespectful?
I was hyped. I was hyped because I knew it would do well on TikTok because I know the question is so unbelievably not disrespectful. Okay, how many points would you score in a junior varsity game today with your current skill set? He said, listen, that's a very disrespectful question. I was like, all right, man, I think it's very stupid.
It's a low tolerance.
But I'm going to be really honest. That is a genius fucking question.
I appreciate it.
That first of all, to get that type of reaction from him is the best answer you could ever get.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have not played basketball in I don't know how many years. Overweight, out of shape. I could score fucking 45 points in junior high or junior varsity game. Just full on bully ball.
I actually would love to see that, to be honest.
Just like LeBron, you look like LeBron James, just crab dribble and just.
I coached junior varsity for 5 years, and I can confirm that you would probably do 90.
More than 45.
More than 45. I'm telling you right now, it'll be more than 45.
Yeah, not disrespectful. Not disrespectful.
This is one of my favorite people to shit on.
Literally,
right? And to me, I feel like shitting your pants is way worse, but how do you feel about Paul Pierce calling you sweet?
Paul Pierce, I wish him nothing but success and joy and happiness in his life. I got no issue. With Paul.
That's fair.
A few weeks ago, he had all the JJ Redick stats available for Paul Pierce. But today,
well, that's what. No,
being diplomatic.
Look. Okay, let's. Okay. My issue with that was like, I said something, he said something. When I was talking about we beat them, I think it was 10 out of 11 times. Like, he was like, oh, you know, I scored 40 on him. I was like, bro, you never scored 40 points on me as a starter in your entire career. In your entire career, check the box scores. So obviously that's cap. He's lying. Like, yes, he was a better player. I'm not an idiot. He's a better player. But the shit wasn't sweet if we was beating you every time and I was the starting small forward for that team and I was putting up 18s, 27, 17s. Like, come on, bro. Like, we was whooping your ass. And a lot of times, we was sitting in the fourth. Christmas Day, when we was beating them by 40, I think I might have had 20 something, and we was sitting in the fourth, like thinking about where we was gonna go in New York City, right? So it's like, you know, that's where it's comical, and it's just like sometimes people have memories that don't quite recall. I'll give you another one. Stephon Marbury, my guy. Shout out Starberry.
Hell yeah.
You got into the comment section of one of these videos.
Oh, he loves the comments.
And I was like, now, dog. Starberry, all the respect in the world.
Sure.
But he put in the comment section when I was like, we beat you. He goes, we ? Ha ha ha. And I was like, oh, you want to chirp, my guy? Let's go to the box scores of when we swept your Knicks. Let's go to the box scores, boys. I think I was averaging 20 points a game over the first 2 games where we were like, and it's like, bro, you want to chirp? That's what I'm saying. Like, how does the dudes that like you respect their game all of a sudden get amnesia?
Also, your Nets teams like were known for sharing the ball and like everyone contributing.
Everyone.
You know
That's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying. I looked at the first 2 games. I had 20 in both games. And I'm like, you must have forgot. Or you just you don't want to go to Basketball Reference before you just like, ha, ha, ha. Like I'm capping.
It's hard, like, taking people like that seriously because they're delusional. Like, Paul Pierce was out here talking about how he had a better career than Dwayne Wade, which is, like, not even close.
No. But the
He's
IQ
got a
difference
statue.
between the Nets and the Knicks in those times, like we had a talented team on paper, the dumbest team of all time.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I was there.
And that for us, that was our biggest game. Forget anybody else. For us, it was the Knicks. And that just happened to be when they went through a real tough stretch, or the start of their real
Yes,
This
15
is
years.
right there.
because it was the end of the Patrick era. Then like the Allen Houston and my guy who was elite, he had a bad knee. And so he was just struggling with that. So then there was just that tough stretch, and then it didn't really ever recover. So over that course in time, we knew the Knicks were going to be the team in town. Those were the only games that we would sell out. And so it was like we was putting on shows. For us, that felt like a playoff game. We could play the Knicks in February. We could play the Knicks in December. For us, it was a playoff game type vibe.
NBA Hunger Games. Who was the last man standing?
Hunger Games, last man standing. I'm gonna say Giannis.
Ooh.
Yeah, my Nigerian, Greek, immigrant, like no shoes, like battling, selling candy. Like you go back and look at his backstory and what our dude, like the fact that like he persevered through some of that.
He knows what it's like to literally not eat.
Yes.
And then I don't know if anyone has more love for their family. So he really fighting for something bigger than himself. That's a good call.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
not to mention he's already Adonis.
Y'all overthinking.
so-
Y'all overthinking. Steven Adams is real life 7-foot Tarzan. He's winning. Steven Adams.
Yeah, but Giannis,
Okay.
Giannis can run though.
I guess.
Yeah, Giannis can do anything. That man in a Hunger Game. Yeah. I'm going Giannis.
We went back and we took a look at every trade that you were ever a part of.
Oh wow.
And we're gonna look at them and we're gonna decide if you would take that deal or not take that deal.
Because it's shocking. You were truly traded for some despicable players. Like, this is shocking to me.
RJ, looking back, bro, it got dark.
Disrespectful, right? Disrespectful.
This first one is out of control.
This is when you were traded to the Bucks. The Bucks acquire Richard Jefferson. The Nets acquire Yi Jianlian and Bobby Simmons. Who?
Was this on draft night?
Yeah, draft night. But Yi had been drafted, I feel like, the year before.
Oh, so
The
you
year
did a
before.
gap year thing.
That was a terrible trade. And the funny thing is that year they had just traded for Devin Harris because J Kidd was gone. They drafted Brooke Lopez. So now imagine a team with Devin Harris, Vince Carter, me, and Brooke Lopez.
That went pretty damn good.
I might like Yi.
They traded me coming off a year where I averaged 23 a game.
They got
Shout out
Bobby Simmons. He's a
It
problem.
was Bobby Simmons and Yi Jiaoyin. And it's like, no, guys. And what happened? 2 years later, they had an 0-17 start. So
Damn.
let you know.
I think Yi is one of those players I still believe in, personally.
Like if he came in now.
Personally, the
No,
jury's
no.
still out. The
The
jury's
jury's
still out on
out.
whether or not that was a good trade.
This next one's actually
like this one.
not a bad trade.
The Spurs acquire Richard Jefferson. The Bucks acquire 3 vets in Bruce Bowen, Kurt Thomas, and my personal favorite, Fabrizio Alberto.
Fabrizio Alberto. I mean, Bruce
You know
Bowen is a
what?
champion. He was a starter on the championship team. And Kurt Thomas, former Knick legend. I don't got a bad thing to say about him.
That was a salary dump. I feel bad for the Spurs fans. I think that the trade there, they might have been better off keeping their original players. So, all nothing but love. Great experience, great learning experience in San Antonio.
This is when you were traded to the Warriors. The Warriors acquire Richard Jefferson. The Spurs get Steven Jackson and a first-round pick.
That's a media trade.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually pretty good. Like, you and Stack were like a push back then, I would say. You guys were like the same player.
Yeah, Captain Jack, and then Captain Jack had a similar downfall in San Antonio as I did. Right. So
That's true.
You saw how well but they had Kawhi Leonard, so you know what, they were doing just fine. They were doing at the time.
Jazz. The Utah Jazz acquire Richard Jefferson, Brandon Rush, and Andres Beardrins, and 2 first-round picks. And the Warriors get Andre Iguodala.
This must have been a 3-teamer.
Yeah, it must have been. But this is actually, I would say this is actually not bad. Andre Iguodala back then was kind of at the
was
peak
an
of his
all-star.
powers. Yeah, he was an all-star. Yeah, you got traded for an
Yeah,
all-star.
he got a max deal. I don't like Andre. I think he's Andre at his best is a poor man's version of me. And so that one probably stung a little bit, right? Just because like I felt better about the trade for Bobby Simmons than I do the trade for Andre Iguodala. Like I just, yes, he was lucky and he played with some really good players, but I think that's really the only difference. Because I think, even when we played against each other in Philly, I used to cook his ass. And, he was a very, Andre. Andre was like a very versatile, I'll get a triple-double and play defense and dunk on everybody. I was more like,
who needs that?
Yeah, who needs that? I'll give you 20. So, that one stung a little bit because I was like, for who? Iguodala? Come on, he trapped.
With the fate of the world on the line and the alien's death beam pointed at Earth, give me Jefferson.
There we go.
This had to have been like in your last year of career or something like that. Hawks acquire Richard Jefferson. Cavs acquire Sergei Glader and Demetrios Agravanis.
Hit him with the double hoop, please.
Who?
And
who?
There's a Jokic. There's a Jokic somewhere in there. He's a hidden gem. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm sure Demetrios got next for sure.
So, story behind that is we go to the finals 2 years in a row with Cleveland. Then D Wade gets bought out by Chicago. And so now there's like, yo, D Wade's going to come here. D Wade's going to come here. And D Wade shows up, comes to Cleveland. But we're one roster spot too deep. So they're looking around, and if they it's like I was making like $2.5 million, but if they traded me because of like the repeater tax that's like a part of it, if they traded me, they saved $12 million. So I was like, I'm not worth $12 million, and so that was the end of that shit. So I got traded to Atlanta, said I'm not playing for you. And then I went to Denver.
Right.
You saved Dan Gilbert out of $12 million. Sure, that's a big one.
Danny owes you for life.
It's time to get into the interrogation room. This is
Okay.
a little game we're debuting called Good Cop, Bad Cop.
Okay.
NBA players have a very specific talent. How are NBA players so good at staying out of the tabloids with all of their entanglements happening on the road? We know it.
Allegedly,
of course.
Let me say this, because allegedly basketball players aren't the worst in the sports, right? Where like they're just not. I'm gonna feel like I'm telling y'all trade secrets. Baseball players are by far the worst of all the professional athletes.
100%.
Baseball players are the worst, and let me explain why. Just the pure opportunity. Like in the NBA, you're playing games every other night. You'll play 4 games in 5 nights, so you'll go, Portland, Golden State, Monday, Tuesday, fly to Sacramento on Wednesday, day off, travel to play Sacramento on Thursday, play Utah on Friday, and fucking back home. Like, what the fuck, right? So like, boop, now baseball is different. One, they play in the summer. So even shitty, now mind you, we played Milwaukee and Cleveland and Minnesota dead of winter. When they have to play the Cincinnati Reds in June, it's nice.
Sundress season.
They're there for 4 days. They're there. They have a homestand.
Series.
Everywhere they go, it's beautiful. Milwaukee's beautiful. Minnesota's beautiful. These baseball players are walking around these towns, and yeah, I'm tired.
I love it.
I blame Tristan. I'm blaming Tristan. Now I have to defend us, and so no, so that's the shit. When people ask me about professional athletes, I'm like, yo, there's levels to this. Like football players are only on the road 8 weeks and they stay in a team hotel. Like they're not out on the road like that.
It's harder,
right? So that less opportunity. Basketball players, we play so many games, right? We play so many games that you're in and out of cities. Baseball players, man, they've been flying under the radar for way too long, and I know way too much. I'm snitching.
I am sure Giancarlo Stanton is breaking hearts and backs up and down Florida Road in the Bronx.
Yeah, and I'm not accusing anybody of doing anything wrong. I'm just saying they get to have the most fun on the road because they're going to, all of Seattle in June for 4 days. That's good living.
It's easy to be a superstar thought when you're also not as recognizable.
Yes,
this is true.
With that said, you already alluded to it. NBA players are great at hiding their dirt. Why is Tristan Thompson so bad at it?
No, our guy Tristan, look, the level of paparazzi and the level of attention that comes from being associated with the Kardashians, that's different. That's like Princess Diana. That's royal family type like press.
It literally is.
And
it
is like in America, like it's that level of press. And so like if you're doing something, there are so many people that are out there to get you, right? If you're doing something as a football player, you doing something as a baseball player, no one really cares, right? It's just you worry about like a significant other, you worry about something like that. Like there are people that make money trying to either trap or catch, And so like if you make a mistake and you do shit you're not supposed to do, that shit gonna come out.
This is true.
At the end of the day, don't do dirt.
I made a joke once alluding to the fact that, and I was joking, but that Tristan made a mistake. It was when he signed with the Celtics. I was like, shortly after making one mistake with starting up with Chloe, he just signed with the Celtics. He's having a rough week or something like that. And what the joke I was making was that like him already being in the NBA in the spotlight, he starts dating someone who's even more in the spotlight. It's like kind of comes with the territory.
Well, and look, I don't question their love, and they have beautiful children. Like that stuff is awesome. And look, I think Tristan, sometimes you do dirt and you think you can hide your mistakes, and sometimes your mistakes help change you. And I think Tristan is, working to better himself, especially after his mom passed, and so I think Tristan's doing a lot of the necessary work, even being humbled, not being in the league. Y'all saw him play like those few minutes he got.
Yeah.
Tristan should be in the league. It's just if you're the 15th man and you've had a little bit of drama, teams don't want that. Yeah. But can Tristan contribute? And I think the last year, Tristan has been working on himself, trying to get his shit right. And, I think he was rewarded with an opportunity to play for the Lakers. People were killing it. Then all of a sudden you get there, you're like, holy shit, Tristan can actually do something.
I mean, end of the day, we all ain't shit. So, Tristan, we salute you, brother.
Yeah. He was playing lockup. I was shocked.
Yeah. Now, RJ, you stole the show last year in the Summer League as a referee. Talk to us a little bit about that experience.
So I did some things for NBA Today where I was at the combine and I like tested my vertical and Coach Perk and all this shit. So I like tested my vertical at the combine and went through a bunch of the stuff. So fast forward to the finals, they were like, hey, we love that combine stuff that you did. That's really, really cool. What do you think about doing referee school and then refereeing in a summer league game? And I was like, oh, yeah. Because like they'd never have asked anybody to do this before. Like it's an honor to have the referees be able to like trust me in the league, to trust me to do it. And I'm like, yeah, most nerve-wracking thing of my life. Most stressful thing. Like no referee in the world gets that much attention. Maybe Scott Foster now, but like no referee. They had a camera on me. I just wasn't aware. And it's like, I will never, ever want to be a ref at any point in time. That job is too stressful.
Damn, I feel a bit bad about this, seeing how traumatizing that was. But any plans for your next shameless publicity stunt?
Well, I followed that up, you asshole. I followed that up at All-Star Weekend. I felt like I went from Summer League to All-Star Weekend. I amped it up because I played, I refed, and I announced the game. Yeah, quality, triple.
What can he do?
Wow.
Yeah, I made this
triple threat commentary, referee playing. That's crazy custom.
Yeah, I made that myself.
Damn,
I like to make myself trophies.
Hell yeah!
Right now, I'm looking. I'm gonna put this out there live on Broadcast Boys. Right, I want to referee at like Raw or WrestleMania. That's what I want to. Yeah, I want to do it. The next time I'm going to put it out there. The next time I do any sort of referee jersey is going to be at like WrestleMania or Raw.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Another quick idea is you could portray Stephon Marbury in the musical in China. He has his own musical.
Nope. I'm
just
good.
an idea. Just an idea.
You don't have to get the tattoo on the side of your head. Get a fake one for you.
No.
You're a beloved TikTok presence. How do you approach the content space? I know we talked about this before, but like when you first started as opposed to where you are now, like how did that like growth happen? What did you realize was working for you?
No, I think it's fun. Like I think you guys understand on TikTok, part of the fun about being a content creator there is that figuring out your audience, figuring out, what does well, the content. constantly coming up with new content, right? New ideas, new series. You guys do a great job of that, man. That was part of the reason where you guys will do an array of anything. It's your style, but you guys will talk about anything and make it funny, man. That's where I really enjoy your guys, because I don't know what the hell I'm gonna watch. It's like, what if I told you? And it's just like, oh,
Here we go again.
So yeah, here we go again. And then I'm sitting there watching, like, oh yeah, I knew some of this shit. So no, that's to me. So it's like, I just had a lot of fun. I'm an idiot. Like, you can't fake that. Like, people watch my content and you're like, oh yeah, he's not all the way here. Like, it's a it's a full grown retired adult behaving in this manner. And that's because that's who I've been. That's who I am, and so I try and just have fun with it. One thing that I do enjoy, and I've actually gotten a lot of joy, is how much the community loves when you engage with them. Right? The community loves it. So like me reposting a video, I've reposted your guys' video, commenting on it, just like that. To me, like, when I realized how much it meant to people, it was like, oh, come on, guys, I got y'all. Y'all want some support? Y'all want some love? Like, fuck, let's go. That's why I'm here right now, right? Out of respect, because I was like, I know how much that stuff means, because I know how much it would mean to me. So to see that people were really like making videos, making fun of me, doing all this shit. So people were giving me videos to stitch and duet, like y'all were doing that. And so people kept making shit because I kept doing it. And it was like, that's just, man, that's humbling that people would take the time, because I know it takes hours to make some of these videos. Yeah. So the fact that, I can engage with them, and like, that's just me saying thank you. You making fun of me, you cracking jokes, whatever, I'm into it. So that's kind of how, I got into it.
Now, you handle this with stride, and I do think it's a big part of your success, and you just kind of mentioned it. I know you don't really care, but how does it feel to be roasted on a minute-by-minute basis across TikTok? It's literally nonstop and almost for nothing, for one quality that you have no control over.
For real.
And does anyone mention that you look great bald? Like, I feel like you look better bald than with hair.
Yeah. Thank you. I love it. I think it's funny. Because it's like, all I want to do is roast people. And the best part about it is I get to be like a smart ass to people back, and people just think that I'm joking. So it allows you to be like an actual dick and let off that tension. And so when people are cracking jokes at me, like even on NBA Today, like yes. Our most viral clips are everyone just killing me, right? Or me making fun of Perk, or me just us messing around. But that's it. Because that's what you do with your boys, right? Like, you two, like, people have probably listened to you guys have conversations and wonder if you're even friends.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys even like each other? And it's like, yeah, that's my guy. I'd fucking kill somebody for him. Why do you talk to him like that? It's like, oh, that's just my guy. So like, we're used to that. Yeah. So like, to have people cracking on me, and everybody's just making funny shit, doing stuff. And it's like, yo, that's just funny. Okay, I'll repost it, tag you in it. Right now, everyone's like, oh, he likes this. Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's go, man. Let's have fun, man. Life's too short.
Also, with us, we got to be able to dish it. I mean, we got to be able to take it if we're going to dish it. You know what I'm saying?
But literally no one tries.
What do you mean?
Well, like RJ's videos, I was just surprised he didn't come for us more. He like handles it perfectly well. He just takes it in stride, but no pushback. So at some points I'm like, damn, like going a little hard. Sometimes I don't even mean to go this hard, but fuck it.
Yo, can I give y'all some shit, right?
Please do.
Can I give y'all some funny shit? There's one person that I don't fuck with on TikTok.
Oh, please.
Isaac Rochelle, Allison Kush's husband. You guys, like, pull it up. Football.
Isaac Rochelle. Okay. Okay. What about this guy? There's no part of me that is... Wait, he looks familiar.
You've seen him. He makes okay content.
Okay.
Right. It's kind of like he kind of copies me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of copies my content. Yeah. So like, he says something to me. We kind of had a couple of a text exchange. Ooh. And he's like, "You better be careful." Right before, yeah, right. Like in a funny way. Like he's like, "You better be careful before I come at you." And I was like, "Do you really want to do that? Me? And you really want to come at me?"
Stephen A., you do not want to make an enemy out of me.
And then he dropped it. He got scared. I was like, yo, you can, like, if you want to do that, you can make a video. And then he got scared. I was like, you sure you want to do that? And then he got nervous. So that's cool. So,
look, we might
some dudes can take it. Some dudes can't take it. And all I'm saying is this, you guys know this. And I know because of the content you make, if you're going to enter into this field of trolling and talking shit publicly with your own face, you better be ready for anything that can come back.
100%.
That's why when somebody starts chirping, right, like Paul Pierce chirps or Stephon Marbury chirps, or somebody's like, oh, let's go. Like, this is what I do. Like, most of the time, my shit's on a 5. Let's ramp this 8 or 9.
They don't know that you're looking forward to that kind of shit.
Like, I'm looking forward to that.
Hell
Yeah, and I pick and choose my battles wisely, right?
Yeah.
I don't just run head first into every battle, right? Like, I come with facts, and if I can't find the facts, I keep my mouth shut, as a true person should. A lightweight should not get into a ring with a heavyweight. I don't care.
I mean, hey, Luke, we might have to handle RJ's light work with his brother Isaac Rochelle.
Yes.
That would
We
take me 2 hours
We
max.
might have to handle that.
Oh my God! Like, seriously, his wife proposed to him. His wife got on the knee for him.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
what? That had to be a clout play.
No, 100%. Oh, she like, it's tough, man. I feel for my guy, because it was like, you know, she makes him like go to Target and like buy her tampons, right? Like he like it, and then like post it online. It's simp at 10.
This is the spiciest rivalry since.
Let me say this. They do have a beautiful relationship. I love that for them.
Oh yeah,
but
God
like
bless.
as my boy, oh, I'm making fun of you.
Yeah, 100%.
And then saying how much I love your relationship, and I'm speaking at your wedding and your anniversary.
So this is the spiciest beef since Keith Van Horn and Kenyon Martin.
Oh, that was a beef. That was a beef.
definitely one-sided. Definitely one guy petrified of the other guy.
Yes. Yeah. No comments. I stay out of that.
Fair enough. All right. So at Arizona, you were a god amongst men. Was that level of fame ever beat? Do you feel like you peaked in college in terms of like how you were the fucking
Star
man?
power walking
Star
around
power.
campus. I'm a big fucking man on campus now.
Like, did you feel like more of the man on campus at Arizona or anywhere you were at as an NBA player?
Arizona's pretty intense, man. Like, Arizona's pretty, like, we got there right after they won the national championship. So I walk on campus on my visit the year after they won the national championship, and I'm seeing the godlike figures, the actual deities that these men were everywhere. And I was like, well, I know where the fuck I want to go and be successful, right? So like, you show up like, I want to be treated like that, so I need to go and perform like that. So that was always our goal. And the one thing that was cool, again, we talk about pre-social media and all this other stuff. We could go out. We were in the streets. Like, we would go to every sorority party, every fraternity party. And then we played Michigan State. We played like a 12 o'clock CBS. We're 5 in the country. There's something, we're both top 10 in the country, something along those lines. This was when, you know, they still had, you know, Mo Pete and Jay Rich on that team, I believe. And so we played them in Tucson. I'm talking about kids at our school drinking early. We win the game. We throw a party at our house. Hundreds of kids, cops show up, shut down. No one knows. Like no internet, no camera phones.
Simpler
and
time.
It was good time. But there's nothing like being godlike. And I say that respectfully. I don't want anybody to get over. But to be like put on a pedestal like that at like 18, 19, nah, there's even winning a championship in Cleveland is close to it, but a small town love, that shit's crazy.
Especially at that time with no social media, and then the talent that attends the school, I imagine had to all be pluses. I visited Arizona once. It was great.
All the talent. Great. Yes. Let's just put it this way. I was playing in the NBA finals. And it was like maybe right before and playoffs. And I'm calling my boys. It was like Jason Gardner, Luke Wall, and I'm calling them. Hey, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, we're going to the ZBT pool party. I'm like, oh, really? I was like, what like, who else is gonna be there? And it was like, man, we gotta go. And I'm sitting here like in the playoffs, making millions of dollars, fucking depressed.
That's
and
hilarious.
sad that my brothers are about to go to a pool party. I'm living in New York. Like, I got all this, and you're just like, I would give anything to be at that party going there right now. And I was just like, damn.
That's such an interesting perspective.
Damn, you really are transitioning everything perfectly. Because my next question was, how was it going from beautiful Tucson, Arizona to the most depressing city and location possible. You said you lived in New York, but I would imagine it still had an effect on you.
Yeah, East Rutherford, New Jersey. There's no way.
I think it was there. I'm not even positive. Prudent.
Yeah, with East Rutherford. Yeah. Look, shout out. Look, it's quaint. Remember when they said that word quaint?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm not
Such a
gonna knock
good
it.
guy.
Look, man, the people that came out to support, that drove through the swamp, that dealt with the smell, that dealt with, all the BS. Shout out to all the New Jersey Net faithful, man. We appreciate all y'all, man. That's it. That's all I got to say. But yeah, but that look.
He really
again,
want to say that New Jersey smell bad, but that's the truth.
Oh no, it's a swamp. It was literally they were almost named the swamp monster. It's literally a swamp area. That shit, go back and look at some of that Continental Airlines arena. But I will say this, it was fun to make that shit jump for a little bit.
Hell yeah.
For a brief time, that shit was East Coast basketball, Eastern Conference basketball went through Jersey, man. That shit was fun.
I low-key think they should still be there because no one gives a shit about Brooklyn, and we live very close to the stadium.
You're wrong. You're wrong. Trust me. Brooklyn has a stronger fan base already.
Really?
100%.
I'm just curious who they
I've been
could
at
be.
games.
Who could they be though?
But this one, look. You don't understand how we had NBA Finals games that weren't sold out.
That's insane to think about, bro.
Against Shaq and Kobe that weren't sold out. Now, it was way too big of an arena. They needed a smaller arena, but there was no place that you could have a central location. And Jersey, it was just, and you were so close to you go support Brooklyn. Brooklyn should have a team, right? Brooklyn should have a team.
Yeah, Barclays Center is nice.
Yeah, and we talk about 10 years. It's been 10 years. They've been relevant. There hasn't been a 10-year where they're then the Charlotte Hornets. No, they've been in the playoffs. They've had some drama. They've had some BS. But people know the Brooklyn Nets now. Nobody was talking about the New Jersey Nets.
We're probably so biased.
They've had 8 Hall of Famers come through there
in the last year.
In the last 10 years.
I miss the aura. It's because we were young coming up watching these good teams. I miss the aura of this team, of these jerseys.
Also, this colorway can't be beat.
It's the New England Patriots.
It's stunning.
I love it.
It is a good ass jersey.
The red jersey. The red jersey.
Yeah.
The red,
or the
and first of all, we have the greatest jersey of all time.
Dr. J.
The white Dr. J retros that we won in the NBA Finals. That's a top 5 classic jersey anywhere in history. I don't give a fuck what sport.
All right, time to get personal.
Let's get personal.
Oh, here we go. Work on your guys' transitions.
Yeah, we do.
We definitely do.
Work on that.
This is the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should be honored. Here we go. Riddle me this, RJ. You're lounging in a bubble bath atop the mountains of Fiji. What are you watching? What song are you listening to? And what book are you reading?
What am I watching? Ooh, that's tough. I like sitcoms. I'll give you a new one and I'll give you an old one. I'm watching It's Always Sunny, or I'm watching Married with Children.
Ooh, Al Bundy.
Al Bundy, 2 of the most offensive shows on television.
Oh, that's
reruns of Married with Children. People, the fact that they still allow it on television is amazing, and I enjoy it. When I'm watching it, I feel like I'm watching I'm allowed to watch something I'm not supposed to right now. They make jokes. He hates his wife. He hates his kid. Right? They say every inappropriate joke. His daughter's a floozy. His son's a pervert, and his wife does nothing, and you're just sitting here they could never make this show again, and you just have a cast of just fucking amazing. That's one of my favorite shows. So that's what I'm watching.
They almost did it with Modern Family because Ed O'Neill was Al Bundy, just a little bit more tame.
Just a little bit more tame. That's what Modern Family. They did Modern Family was amazing. Yeah. But that's why I was when people were "Oh, that's the dad from Modern Family." It's no, that's Al Bundy.
Hell yeah, Show some respect. Do your research.
I had no clue.
Research.
This guy. You
I don't watch.
Yourself cultured.
I do, but I don't watch sitcoms.
You bozo. You're Bravo boy over here.
God. I've seen.
Be it.
Hey, listen. I know way too much about your Vanderpump Rules bullshit.
Let's go.
At least
That's
you're watching
No,
that.
no, I'm
That's
staying
what it's
out of
all
it.
about.
I'm staying out of
You
it.
might have to break it down to both of us.
If anyone sat down and watched it from beginning to now, they would be obsessed with it.
I'm sure I would be. I do love reality TV as well sometimes.
That's funny. That Albon, literally the whole point of the show is he's racist and this is hilarious, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
No, he's not racist. He just hates everyone.
Yeah.
His kids,
Oh,
his
okay.
wife,
He just
his
says, like, a
job.
really fucked up
Yes,
view of
he
the
hates
world.
everything. Yeah. He starts a club called No Ma'am.
Now, this is a provocative one.
Next.
How would your life trajectory be different if you had a full head of hair? I'm sensing a couple of All-Star appearances.
Not really. Either probably, but also I would be far less funny.
Oh,
I would
that's
be
true.
I'd be far less funny. The ability to take a joke, the fact that I like shaved my head in high school, college, and then fucking just tried to grow it out, didn't look right, and I was like, fuck it, this is just what I'm gonna look like just till I'm gone forever. So like, yeah. I don't think I would be nearly as funny as I am now.
It's
That's
not-
the only.
You never see like a supermodel, like the most beautiful people in the world. Not that you're not, like they're not funny, you know?
No,
Either
yeah.
to go through something or have some life
You gotta
experience.
have some
exactly.
Yeah, being balding at 20, it'll do that to you.
That's crazy. That's prodigious.
Yeah.
What song typically favored by white folks makes you go fucking crazy?
Don't
That I like.
don't
Yeah.
let me down, please.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a pop quiz one. No,
Who's
I'll go like Miley Cyrus, like Party in the USA.
That's an absolutely terrific answer.
Yeah, I guess the people going.
that fucking gets me out of my goddamn seat.
It's like, but look, I live in Hermosa Beach. 4th of July, Memorial Day, you'll be driving around, people will be bumping that shit like heavy. And it's just like it just sounds like a good time.
Yeah, nah, I'm out of breath by the end of that song. The way I'm jumping around
Yeah.
with that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Miley's underrated.
Yeah.
What's the most plausible, ridiculous conspiracy theory you may believe in?
Most
Get you
plausible.
started with the moon footage. I've seen better footage of the moon in like 1990s movies, just like straight up special effects. That shit looks stupid
Nah,
fake.
that shit is real, bro.
I don't know. I'm not really a conspiracy person. I think look, there was more than one shooter in JFK. I think it's 50-50 that we went to the moon. I think the earth is round. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not.
Not a conspiracy guy.
I'm
what the hell do you and Kyrie talk
I'm
about?
not-
Yeah, you were his mentor.
what are you talking about,
I thought
man?
you were his vet.
It was just, I'm just saying, like that's me personally. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I think either people are lying or that's just what happened. Right? That's it.
So RJ tells everybody at home, join fucking reality.
Yeah, I don't got time for that. We're here now. What are we gonna do?
You obviously have a lot of intel on things that happen around the NBA, especially in your circle and around your teammates and stuff like that. Sources say J.R. Smith threw a can of soup at his coach. True or false?
Oh, 100% true. Facts, 100% true.
Can we get a little background on that? Tell me what happened.
Nah, Damon Jones and him. It was Damon Jones, man.
Oh, okay.
And it was Damon. Oh, you guys do this, and you're like, oh, I can see him doing that, right? No, but it's like, the problem is that like sometimes like Damon he's awesome, right? Damon Jones is like, he's your number one hype man. He's funny. He's all these things, but sometimes like those lines can get blurred, right?
Yeah.
Like he wants to crack jokes and have fun, and sometimes Swish can be super fun and super serious. And in one moment, you trying to be funny and he's trying to be serious, and some shit happens.
Yeah, now that actually like adds up a little bit more to me, just because Damon Jones, former player, they kind of have a different rapport than I imagine he would with like a David Blatt of the world.
Yeah, so he's like messing with him and like, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
One rumor confirmed. But has LeBron ever actually read a book?
Yes.
The
I'm
book.
telling you, man, like I look, sometimes like it's hard to talk about my guy because it's like people, there's the haters, there's a lot, and it's like, but it's like, no, man, it's not just his IQ, man. Like he's one of the fucking smartest people in the world. Like I don't think like, and it's like I don't want to like get all into it, but it's like you watch his moves, you watch the people that he surrounds himself with, you watch what they've accomplished. Like he found Rich Paul selling jerseys. Rich Paul's running fucking UTA.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dating
Like running
Adele.
UTA, dating Adele. Like, and I'm not gonna say like he did it because like he worked his ass off and he's great at his job. but also for Bron at, 18 to be able to spot like, yo, this is a person that I feel understands because Bron's been like, I want to be the greatest since he was 17. So it was like, for him to pick these guys, like people don't give him credit for just his overall vision and what he's trying to do, man. That shit is, because not many people do it with a lifestyle based off of talent.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
he's just an easy target.
No, I get it, but it's like, fuck.
All right,
That man reads everything. He's fucking gaining, like he's fucking soaking up everything. It's actually kind of pretty impressive, man.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, it is tough when a teacher calls on you out of nowhere to explain the plot of a book.
Yeah,
so I'll give him some credit. I'll give him some credit because he did sound like we used to.
What's the wildest unheard story from our boy Gilbert Arenas?
Hibachi.
Wildest one, man. Shit. No, like Gil. Okay, so we're in the final four, or we're in the final four, the practice before the final four. And we're like shooting free throws, right? We're shooting free throws. And at like two side, Lute Olson's walking around. Lute Olson's like your grandfather, super, super, super serious. So Gilbert missed, like, we were going around, Gilbert missed like 3 or 4 free throws. It's like, fuck, it's just mad. It's like, man, I want to fucking kick this ball. And I go, I bet you won't. He punts the ball to the top of the arena, right? Lute Olson turns around and sees it. And immediately I turn my back, like,
what you doing?
I was like, I turned my back like I didn't see shit. Lute Olson, Gilbert, what are you doing? Go up there and get that. And this is literally, we're leaving for the final four in like 2 hours, right? It's like the last practice before the final four, man. Like, that's just like, people don't understand. Like, Gilbert going Gilbert. He's always been this person. There's nothing Gilbert could ever do could ever surprise me. I've known him since he was 15.
I feel like every successful team got to have a wild card.
Oh yeah. People think I'm crazy. And I'm like, oh man, no. There's far worse than me.
Have you met Agent Zero? Yeah, exactly. All right, well, we want to wrap this up with a little game. With a little game that we're gonna have fun with. We're gonna do a draft. You've seen our draft videos before, right?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so we're gonna do an all-time Bald King draft.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we're gonna give you. You're the guest. We're gonna give you first pick.
How many each? Five players each, or 3?
Let's do
4.
Let's do 4 players each.
Okay, 4 players, 4 quarters.
No researching now.
I'm not researching. I'm keeping track.
No. You don't need to keep track. You don't need to keep track. It's fucking 4. It's 4. It's 4. It's 4. You don't need to keep track. Okay, so I get first pick. I'm gonna go Michael Jordan.
Fuck.
Okay.
It's like actually made looking bald cool, as does he, but not as much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You go ahead.
You want me to go?
Go ahead.
Give me a sec. All right. First one that came to my mind, and you know what? I'm gonna show love because he has 2 movies at the box office right now that are going crazy. Give me Vin Diesel.
Well, if we're gonna talk about movies, you went with the wrong choice. Obviously, The Rock.
Oh shit!
Number 2.
Oh, so wait, we're drafting together.
Yeah, we're drafting together.
Okay.
Next
Damn,
you 2 are together. No,
right.
Okay. Damn, you don't even consult me with
My
that
fault.
one.
I thought we were each getting a team.
12 bald people. All right, fine. We'll take Vin Diesel. We'll take Vin Diesel. I like that.
So
Michael and The Rock is incredible, though. That's a great start.
All right, well, now I'm taking the second pick. We need international flair.
Give me somebody.
Give me Pitbull.
Oh, come on, Mr. 305.
That's strong.
Mr. Worldwide.
That's strong.
Yes,
He rocks it better than almost anyone.
It's not often that you go from Mr. 305 to Mr. Worldwide.
There's not a better, fair-skinned baldy. Maybe Patrick Stewart. Might be the only one. No one rocks it the way Pitbull with the suits and the glasses.
The suits and the gloves. I couldn't let him get the 2 goats of their Jordan and Pitbull would have been too much. So I'm glad. All right.
Well, you just said Professor X. Is that who you're going to take?
Well, no, I'm gonna go Patrick Stewart. That's what I'm gonna say. He's Jean-Luc Picard. He's Jean-Luc Picard and Professor X. You get 2 for 1 with him.
Oh, RJ's a Trekkie.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Yes.
Okay. Let me float this out there. I like Bruce Willis personally.
Oh yeah, we got to show love to Bruce.
And he's really down in the dumps right now. So let's pick him up right now.
So we got to give my boy his flowers. Give me Bruce Willis, John McClane.
Jersey guy, 100%. Fully support that. John McClane. My last one, if you will allow it, I'm gonna go with Mr. Clean.
Ooh, a brand.
like the most famous bald brand out there.
How is he better than us at this already?
Oh fuck, he said clean. I thought he said Mr. T. Like,
No,
fuck,
Mr.
Mr. Clean's a
Clean.
genius
Mr. T
pick.
had hair.
Yeah,
Different hair.
Yeah.
fuck.
Who's our last?
Yeah,
I have
your
an
team. You guys have no like there's no body that you guys are gonna come up with that's gonna beat this team that I just put.
Well,
We
Pitbull.
can go funny, but
What about Statham?
no, not Statham. We can go.
Look at his face. You ain't got no one in mind for this pick.
You've already lost.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm trying to go real blockbuster here. I have people in mind.
Go ahead. I had Bruce Willis and I had Pitbull. Those are good
Get
picks.
off your computer. Get off your computer. What you doing?
Who?
Tyreek Cruz.
That's a tip. Yeah, I like that. I like
Tyrese.
that. Yeah.
We're
why
going
not?
Tyrese, gifted actor and singer.
Yeah,
Give me
can do it all.
Tyrese. We got absolutely smoked.
Now we tanked our team with that pick.
we got absolutely
we
smoked.
We tanked
by
our
RJ
team
at
with
our own
Tyrese,
game.
but we still respect his
Listen,
contributions.
if you guys want to change your picks in post, go ahead.
We could switch ours to.
No, there's no switching.
No,
This game.
I know.
No.
I'm saying honorable mention.
No. We're dropping Tyrese officially.
Honorable mention to Tyson Beckford. I kind of thought that's who you were talking
he's
about.
too boring. We're dropping Tyrese.
guys-
RJ,
you
if
guys
you
have
allow it,
lost.
we're dropping Tyrese. We're gonna go with the #1 bald king,
Voldemort.
Voldemort. We're going with Voldemort.
You guys would have been better going Charles Barkley.
Ah,
You guys would have been better going Barkley.
or Shaq, or all these
All right.
people. Can't stand the pressure.
Thank you so much, RJ. Appreciate
Man,
it. That was
no
great.
problem, man. I appreciate you guys. The jerseys. That's beautiful touch, man.
Appreciate you.
It's going
Appreciate
right to
you guys,
Goodwill. Thanks so much, RJ.
We are now officially on Spotify, Apple, and we have a brand new YouTube channel. So do the damn thing. Slam that like button. Subscribe. Show us love. Pull up.